Hello and welcome to the season finale of Around the Lumberyard, your official podcast of the Clinton LumberKings. Chris Mickelson, Andrés Tejeda with you for one final time in this first inaugural season of Around the Lumberyard. And Chris, it has been one heck of a year, one heck of a ride. We'll get into all that, but just initial thoughts. It's been about 2 weeks since the season has officially ended for us. Where's your headspace right now?
We all had to take some time after what happened. I mean, it was a fun year. One of the funnest years I can remember for Clinton LumberKing baseball. Aside from winning a championship, obviously, but that was a long time ago, making a championship game in the Midwest League. But as this year alone, just how close I was personally to this team, how fun it was just to get a bird's eye view and watch nonstop, traveling along with them in a few games. It was just a lot of fun. We both needed some time to decompress, I guess would be the word to use.
Yeah.
For all this, because it was, I mean, you can't call this season a letdown, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
But the way it just blink of an eye, it was over. It's like,
yeah,
just I guess would be the word to use for that. But we'll, like you said, we'll get into all that later.
Yeah.
Where we last left off with everyone was talking about our losing streak. That's the last time we talked.
Yeah.
Officially on here.
We're on a 3-game skid. Finishing off.
Heading into a doubleheader, I believe, with Quincy, which was a massive doubleheader.
Yes, we split that doubleheader, losing game 1 5-3, winning game 2 in Mercy rule style, 12-2 in 6 innings.
See that half hour, 35-minute gap after game 1 where I was like head down, like, are you kidding me? Here we go again.
Yeah.
But they came out in game 2 and just dominated.
And the thing was, the LumberKings led in game 1 2-1 after 3. Quincy put up 2 more runs and made it 3-2. LumberKings tied it there. Then top of the 6th, they took a 5-3 victory. Yep. And when you only got 7 innings to play with, that's all you can really do.
You ran out of outs, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then in game 2, LumberKings put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 1st and 4 in the bottom of the 4th and 4 in the bottom of the 6th.
That's how you respond right there.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you're going to play devil's advocate here, the LumberKings essentially had 4 runs in their next inning, if you will. And that would have changed the way the game would have gone. But then again, that's changing that makes it a 7-5 victory game 1 and then a 8-2 victory game 2, where we play 2 more extra innings, I guess, or 1 more extra inning, but that's fine.
It's neither here nor there.
Yeah, and then we got another rain out, which it's kind of a bummer. You want to play as many games as you can, but we got a rain out on the 30th, our final home game of the season, which was supposed to be our Winning Wednesday giveaway, and so that was a little bit of a bummer, but we still had 1 more game to play in the regular season, and that was fun because we got to play upset, playing the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp, who were hanging on by a thread against the Burlington Bees, as the Bees were looking for their first playoff appearance, which they eventually got. But I guess there was a little bit of what do you want to call
vindication?
It? No, I'm talking more so between the Bees and the Pistol Shrimp, because they had a double header that was rained out, which ended up
controversial.
Very controversial, because the Pistol Shrimp, if they win one of those games, they have the overall edge, but they lost 2 games against a division rival at the end of the season looking for that second spot. And don't get me wrong, the Pistol Shrimp were kind of flip-floppy this year, but they were on a roll in that last couple of weeks, and I know they wanted to play the Burlington Bees.
It seemed very familiar. That role they were on seemed, I had flashbacks of 2024, and it was scary. You know, going back to that rainout we had on Winning Wednesday, that first of all, that crowd would have been amazing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Winning Wednesday, if you didn't know what it was, basically any game that we won on a Wednesday, you got a free ticket for the final Wednesday game, which would have been against Springfield.
No, Quincy.
Quincy, thank you. And that would have been amazing. And jumping ahead a little bit, had we won that game against Quincy, I'll get to that point. Just keep that in the back of your head. That rainout we had against Quincy, because that hurt a lot for postseason implications. But we'll get to that point here shortly.
Yeah.
But that Illinois Valley game, we got to play a little spoiler to them. Me and Nate made the trip up there.
Yep.
We bugged you in the booth a few times.
Yeah, it was you, Nate. Olivia also came on the trip.
Yep.
Cannon came on the trip.
Yep.
So it was a kind of full LumberKings full office. We just needed Scotty and a couple of the interns.
We had a lot of fans also that made the trek.
I love going to Illinois Valley because we have so many fans that come. And it's kind of weird because the first time I went, I was like, there's a lot of Illinois Valley fans. And if anyone's kept up with my social media, you know that they like to heckle. They like to talk a lot of smack. And this day was no different. I mean, Illinois Valley literally... What do shrimp have instead of backs? Thoraxes against the rope? I don't know because they're Nate calls them shrimps as bugs.
Yeah, yes he does.
So I guess they're thoraxes. But anyways, Illinois Valley had needed to win and needed Burlington to lose, but Burlington was playing Quincy and they beat them no problem.
Me and Nate were keeping track of the score, and I'm not going to lie, I trolled hard at those Illinois Valley fans because they were chirping at me and Nate. We were sitting in the middle of the whole, middle of the stadium in the seats. Nate was actually keeping the book. He was, doing old school score booking. And I was just on my phone kind of keeping an eye. I'm like, oh, Nate, would you look at that? Burlington's leading by 9 runs now.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Chris? Well, Burlington.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then it was a good time. We had fun. I had a lot of fun in that Illinois Valley trip.
And again, it's all jokes, but I will say Illinois Valley does host us very well. They take care of us. The food is always great. I think we all got like burgers.
We got pork
sandwich,
pork chop sandwiches.
Yes.
And they
so
were
good.
Phenomenal.
Shout out to the butt shack.
The butt shack.
Yes. Because every good butt needs a little rub.
It sounds
that is not something I came up with. That is their actual slogan.
It's right on the food truck.
It's on the food truck. So free shout out, not sponsored.
The butt check.
Yeah, go to a LumberKings Illinois Valley game next year. It's close. It's quick. It's fun. And tell us why it was fun, especially this game, Chris.
I had a lot of because we beat them.
Well, not only did we beat them, but there were some fireworks on a non-fireworks day.
There was. So it was late in the game. Illinois Valley was already eliminated. Burlington won. I believe Nate actually may have messaged on to Jack that, hey, game's over.
Yeah.
But then so it was a 7th or 8th inning. I'm not sure which one.
It was late.
Nettleton was in pitching.
Which, by the way, Blake Nettleton, shout out to Blake. He was a groundskeeper for a majority of the
Double
season.
duty, yep.
Yes, and then came in from Augustana College or University and, came and did his thing. We needed pitching, and it was the end of the year. Gave the groundskeeper a shot.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Because he got out. I mean, I don't know. Fireworks, they were a little chirpy back and forth, because it's a rivalry.
Of course.
And I'd say a friendly rivalry, but competition, came in... reared its ugly head, I guess. And
I mean, when you're Illinois Valley and you don't control your own destiny, that's really annoying. I mean, if we're gonna be fair, if we were in that position, I know we would have been.
I would have been
upset,
Yep.
It's like the cards are literally stacked against you. You need to win, and even if you do win, it doesn't mean you go to the playoffs.
That's got to be a bad feeling.
It is,
because then you start looking back at what could I have done differently? That one game that we lost, that made we got walked off or we blew it in the 9th or something.
Yeah. And with a 4-team division, and everybody was playing their division except for Burlington. They played the Johnstown Mill Rats as well. But we finished our season from July 22nd to July 31st playing nothing but division rivals. And I believe Illinois Valley did the same. But when you got 4 teams in your division and both teams are playing division teams, you're becoming fans of the Quincy Doggy Paddlers, who had probably the 3rd or 2nd worst record.
Yep. Nothing against you, Quincy. I mean, you just had a rough year. You're a new team.
Facts.
You're a new-ish team.
Yeah.
You're rebuilding. You're rebuilding a brand at this point. So
yeah. So I mean, cards are stacked against you.
Yep.
The team that has not been able to get it done all year, especially for a team like Illinois Valley, who for the better part of the last 3 years have been able to control their destiny. I mean, Quincy, we played them in the my first year here. Illinois Valley played them second, and then Burlington. So we've seen everybody make their way through. And again, a big congratulations to Burlington. First time in the playoff or Prospect League era that they make a playoff appearance. And boy, did they give us quite a
heart attack.
Yeah. But before we get into that, we were still talking about
Nettleton.
About Nettleton and the fireworks.
It got real chirpy, and it was very. I mean, I don't know who instigated it, to be honest with you, but it was a lot of back and forth talking, and nobody like charged the field. No one was, there was no fist thrown. It was just talking back and forth. And Jack did a very good job of shutting his guys up, basically.
In the kindest way possible.
In the nicest way. I'm going to say that on this podcast. He shut him up.
Should we insert the clip here? Should we insert it? I mean, I can put it in.
Yes.
All right.
This is what happened.
2-0 showing bunt, and it gets in and out of the way, and that's 2 back-to-back hits. And the fans, quote-unquote, passionate here, and they're going to say he went. And James Love is furious. They're saying that he went. And the fans are going to stay furious. Now, John Jakimick from third base. Let's see what's going to happen here. James Love was just barking at AJ. So AJ Johnson and Matthew DeSuter are going to have a word with each other right in front of home plate. James Love, my goodness, was just jumping up and down.
Yeah, he actually pointed at AJ, told him to go talk to his buddy Matt out in the field. He said, I'm not coming back to the batter's box until you talk to him.
Yeah,
so he's standing on first right now.
Yeah, Love's at first. Gaines went to third, and Bethencourt went to second. And they're going to say he went. So James Love is going to come back. Runners will go back to first and second, and the fans will let you hear him. And now John Jakimick will have a word with A.J. Johnson down the third base line. If you're a Pistol Shrimp fan, which is hard to be, and then here comes Jack Dom out of the dugout. James Love just made a gesture to the fans with his helmet. It looks like Jack Dom has seen enough out of Nettleton. So we'll have a pitching change. We're not going to go to break. We'll talk about this as the fans continue to fire boos down, and they're booing Nettleton. Nettleton saying that he went around. So now more fired up here. Nettleton, and here's Jakimick. He's pointing at him, and oh my God, is that Turpins? Turpins is barking, and Jack Dom just pulled him by his back collar and put him back on the mound. Players are tempered here. Jakimick is yelling at the the first base umpire, Matthew DeSuter. That was a foul ball. Looking at the replay, it hit off the bat. So it looks like warnings will be issued here. Oh my gosh, and now barking from the dugout of the LumberKings. Jack Dom is furious at the LumberKings side. DeSuter going to the dugout, telling them they need to calm down. Yeah, so love Drew Turpins and the fieriness.
He's a competitor.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And then, but we had a lot of, and then it was a lot of fun road trip.
Yeah.
It's a great way to end the year.
Yes.
That confidence builder, like we talked about in the last podcast, we needed it going into the playoff game against Burlington.
Yes.
And early on, it looked like, that it worked because we got on them early. And
Plus, I mean, that 3-game losing streak where we started our podcast, we had lost to every team in our division. We lost to Burlington 11-5. We lost to Illinois Valley 9-5. And then we lost to Quincy in the first game of a doubleheader 5-3.
Yeah, so the pitching wasn't there.
It's like what was happening? We got swept by Burlington in 2 games. Illinois Valley, we were at Illinois Valley and lost to them. Primo, who won reliever of the year, was absolutely lights out. Clinton couldn't do anything. Doggy Paddlers, again, that one game, like we were losing against everybody that we needed to win against.
We needed to bounce back, and we got it against Quincy and then Illinois Valley. And then moving forward to the playoff game, where we asked all season, after the first half, after we clinched, we asked the fans to bring it, and they brought it.
Yes, I think we were just under 3,000 fans.
Competing against Finally Fridays.
Yes.
Which is going on right outside of our own outfield windows.
Yes,
there
was music going on all throughout the first couple of innings, and I remember sitting there, I'm like, really? Are we just not going to... Okay.
And we outdrew Finally Friday music event.
I'm pretty sure I saw after their event, people went up to the berm or the what is it called? The Riverview,
the dike.
Yeah, or what was the street called? Riverview.
That's called Riverview. Well,
Something
everyone
like
calls it the dike. I don't know.
But I saw people up there in their cars and just watching the game from out there. It looked like 4th of July. So counted attendance plus people who were actually out there watching. I mean, it was well over 3,000. It was,
and people that walked in the gates after we shut down tickets and stuff like that. So they brought it, and not just bringing it, not just to be here to be social, because we see that a lot here where people just show up and just to talk and make it an event to like, oh, let's go to have a reunion at the game or something. And you see a lot of backs to the field and stuff. Nothing against you guys, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
but these people that were here on the playoff game were hardcore, ready to watch a victory.
Yes,
because this is it. This is our last home game of the year potentially.
Yeah,
and it turned out to be, and it was loud.
We got to give credit to the Burlington Beast fans because they came in numbers as well, and they were loud. They were loud.
They were very loud here.
Yes.
And kudos to them for making the 2-hour trek.
Which, I mean, that adds to the atmosphere. When you got two teams as historic as these guys from minor leagues, and you still have the diehard fans that are willing to make the trip for, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, this is just a playoff game between college kids. This has nothing to do with like guys who are going to majors, which, I mean, hopefully we have guys here that we can look back on like, hey, remember when they played here in the playoff? But like, nothing is guaranteed here. When if there was a minor league game, you got prospects, but no, this was old-fashioned baseball, old-fashioned historic baseball. And I remember in that game where we're going to skip a little bit ahead here, but when Burlington tied it, it was still loud, and that was because Burlington, their entire group down the first base side, were going insane, tying it up with 2 outs
in the ninth inning.
And found a way to tie it 2-2, which, my gosh.
Overcoming how loud our fans were when they're with 2 strikes.
Yes.
It was a 3-2 count, I believe.
We had 2 chances with a 2-strike count to clinch, and unfortunately couldn't get it done. But kudos to Tyler Welch, because without Tyler Welch, we don't get to that point.
3 2/3 in that game, coming in for
Dermody, who lights out, 5 innings pitched.
Just ran out of juice, I think.
Yes.
And I mean, good idea. You don't want to leave him out there too long. I mean, he probably could have sent him out for the 6th.
He had 89 pitches, so he only had 6 more according to the league. You can only go 95.
So he could have gone out for 1 more batter, probably.
Possibly, but you don't want to bring a guy in mid-inning.
He's a college kid. You don't want to burn his arm up. And but Dermody, all-star for a reason.
Yeah.
Great pitcher. But then Tyler comes in and just 3 2/3, but 1 bad inning, unfortunately, which always happens to every guy.
Yeah. So Tyler Welch came in, 7 hits, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 2 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts.
I feel like those are scattered 7 hits.
They are scattered. They definitely were scattered. If I'm looking
like it wasn't
here,
shutdown innings, 4 hits, 3 hits. Like it was just 1 hit here, 1 hit there, probably.
Yes. You had a single in the 7th. You had a 1-2-3 inning, or 1-2 single fielder's choice in the 8th. In the 9th,
a rough ninth, huh?
Single to the pitcher, which was tough. Which I believe that was a swinging bunt by Figueroa, the former LumberKing. Yeah. Schulte hit by a pitch. Boyette walked. Bases loaded. Nowak single to center field. So that's another single.
I think he just got tired. I think is what just. Yeah. I mean, you ask a pitcher, are you tired? No, I'm fine. The answer is always I'm fine.
Yeah.
But kudos to Tyler Welch and Dermody both just pitched lights out, and that's huge because I know Jack was not playing for the next game.
No.
You want to win this one, but he also saved so many arms by only pitching eventually 3 guys.
Yes. Tyler Nagelbach would come in for the win, 1 1/3 innings, only 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. So, again, another unsung hero shutting it down because Nagelbach came in late in the year.
Yep.
He was just barely eligible for playoffs.
So he got out of the jam because they had a runner, I believe, on 2nd or 3rd.
So Nagelbach came in with runners at first and second. Sorry, yes. First guy he faces hit by pitch, bases loaded. So he had to get 1 out, and then it was a fly out to right field. got out of it, and then it was a 1-2-3 inning here for us in the bottom of the ninth. Top of the ninth, we have a Manfred man on. Matt Beatty strikes out looking. Figueroa strikes out looking, or swinging, excuse me. Rollins advances on a wild pitch to third because he's on base. And then Schulte flies out to left field with a runner at third.
That is massive.
So you get the first two strikeouts with a guy at second who's put there because of the Manfred man. A wild pitch puts your runner, your go-ahead run, the leading run for the Bees, 90 feet away, and then a fly out to left.
And that inning right there was, I mean, you expect with a man on second, nobody out, as good as the Bees were all year, to score at least that run.
And the thing is, I came into the ninth. I remember vividly saying that just because we're up 2-0, the Bees have done this to us all season long. They will wait to put runs up in the 8th and 9th inning to either tie or walk it off. And they had their first walk-off against us at Burlington because they were able to score runs in the 9th. And I said, it's not going to be easy. And even though we were a strike away, there's that little nervousness in your stomach. I mean, I've been broadcasting LumberKings baseball for 3 years. Not that like you can see what's going to happen, but you can see the predictions and you can see the possible outcomes. That hit up the middle it was simple. It was perfect for the Bees. They had bases loaded. The guy at second was already leading off, so he was going to score the tying run no matter what.
It sucked the life out of the stadium.
It did.
It was so loud because there was 2 strikes. This play, I was one of them. I was banging on the trash can. I was standing by. I was screaming with all my people down there in the picnic area. And then all of a sudden that base hit, I just head instantly dropped. Yeah. And it was so...
It was tough.
And then we didn't score the 9th, so... Man, it was just like, here we go again. No, this is not happening. And then we got out. Like I said, you expect to score that runner from second in extras. And
anything on the ground,
and
2
we
outs.
didn't.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, here we go. And then we didn't waste any time winning that game in the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, bottom of the 10th, we had Jamie Rasmussen being put at second. Pinch runner Drew Phillips would come in.
Rasmussen's not the guy I want.
No.
Nothing against you, Rasmussen, but
you want a guy who's got fast feet.
Because any base hit will score him from the out,
Yeah.
Which?
And so, Sam Weezy came in, and Weezy's kind of been the guy to draw walks, but flew out to left field. But Jalen Martinez would come up, and Martinez has already had a walk-off this year. A wild pitch that came out of nowhere.
Yeah. The guy that was pitching, I don't remember who the pitcher was for Burlington, but he was not being wild.
No, it was Braden Sunken, who, by the way, I believe is second in most saves this year.
Yeah.
So that's not a guy you're expecting to miss the plate, let alone the catcher.
I don't know if
that's a wild pitch, not a pass ball, not nothing. That's a guy who missed the entire zone.
I don't know if he was just amped up and the moment got to him, or I don't know what it was, but like you said, it came out of nowhere. And then so we have a guy on third, Terp's on third, Jalen's
on third, and it's like a storybook ending. Martinez pokes one over to the right side to Figueroa.
Yeah, former LumberKing,
who, while small, has a big bat, very good field. He smothered that ball, and I remember watching the game walking off hit. Obviously, Turpin scores, but he could have made a play to the plate had he gotten up quicker, or even a play to first just to even get recorded out. I think he saw how hard it was hit, was on the ground, looked up, and realized he didn't have a play at the plate and just gave up on it. This is not me saying that he ruined the season for the Bees, because that was a hard play. The fact that he stopped it on the infield, dove, extended his entire length.
Yep.
That was a big play that could have gone one of two ways. And
Terp was going on contact.
Yes.
I mean, they had their infield drawn in.
Yes.
But he had to hit the dirt.
Yeah.
And so at that point, it's like, it's over. And then this place absolutely erupted into chaos.
I've been a part of a lot of great moments here at LumberKings Stadium, Nelson Court Field, but the LumberKings playing here at the stadium, that has got to go in the top 5, if not top 3.
Top 3, I'd say.
Yeah, top 3. It's probably my second. My first is probably that walk-off win against the Lucky Horseshoes in that 4-hour game, just because that was also a great moment too. But it's up there battling.
I don't know. Since this was a playoff game, I'd put
it's tough. It's tough to put it.
I know.
But yeah, again, Sunken with that wild pitch, tied for second most saves with 7 on the year. That is not a guy that you're expecting to throw a wild pitch.
I don't know if the moment was just amped up and he overthrew it and something happened. Doesn't matter. Without that wild pitch, we don't score. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? A sac fly could have happened.
I mean, if Martinez continues with that hit, Turpin's probably goes to third. Out
it
at
was
first.
to the right side, but there would be 2 outs at that point.
Yep, 2 outs.
We don't know what would have happened.
And then Cougar Cook comes to the plate, and he's 1 for 4 on the night at that point.
So, yeah.
Batting .273. I mean, it's a guy you'd like to be up there, but if Turpin's is not at third, there's no way that ball that's hit on the ground that hard wins that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, it goes back to what we were talking about all year round. Every guy has a job. They know what to do when they're coming up. Turpin's, as soon as he saw that wild pitch, on the move to third. Not even a second thought, no hesitation. Because I know there are some guys that see a wild pitch, oh, snap.
They freeze.
They freeze like they can't believe it happened. No, just go, you know? But again, that's how well-rounded this team was, how professional they are, how
well
talented.
Coached they were, too.
Very well coached. And then we were able to talk to one of the coaches, Trevor Burkhart, JC Dermody and Tyler Welch, which we'll get to them in just a second. We'll get those interviews up. But I think talking to the players, even after the game, I mean, that was yes, you beat Illinois Valley. You beat Quincy, one of the doubleheader games. But that, I think, was the win that fueled them into Cape.
Yep.
Because I think we all know, if you haven't heard by now, we all know what happened in Cape, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth. But that was what we needed to fuel ourselves going into Cape, because that's a team we haven't faced, and they're a very good team, which we saw. But let's get a quick word from Trevor Burkhart and kind of talk about what his ideas were, and then we'll talk to the starting and relieving pitcher, JC Dermody and Tyler Welch.
Andrés and Chris Mickelson here with the former LumberKing player and now coach, Trevor Burkhart. Trevor, you've been here for the last, 4 or 5 years now?
4 years.
4 seasons, and you came in the year after the LumberKings were in this Western Conference Finals. You've been to the last 2 division games. What is it like for you as a coach now, and what do you think about this team and how they've done this year?
As a coach, it's definitely different. Second year is a little bit easier than the first year. But this team, I mean, they're prepared for everything. Like, they've shown it every day pretty much. Comeback wins, walk-off wins. And then even when we don't play our best ball, there's still things we learn from, and next day they show it every time. But this is a big step for Clinton, too. Second time in Prospect League history coming here, and things can be good.
Yeah, it's time for a little, I know like you said, you weren't here for the first one. So, this team does feel like I talked to Dermody and help me out. Thank you. Wow. I was asking them if this is a why not us attitude you guys have, and always never give up. We've talked about this podcast week after week. It's just a special group, it feels like, who always have each other's backs.
I mean, we even talk about that in the locker room, is next man up. One guy doesn't get a job done, it's the next guy, which I think they've bought into. And just some of them, being friends before here and playing together, that helps with everybody, brings everybody else together, and it's shown for sure.
It kind of seemed at the beginning of the year we had 3 different lineups we could go to, almost 3 different teams. Now we've come down to this. What does this group here, now that they've made it to playoffs, what do they have that I guess you, Jack Dom, all the other coaches were looking for to win not only the Northwest Division, but now the Western Conference, with a win away from bringing the championship back to Clinton?
Chemistry's big, and just the will. The one will of going to get better every day. Our chemistry's really good right now. We have a lot of guys that were here first half and went home for a little bit and then came back. So I think the chemistry and everything's pretty good.
As a former player, you were in those losses against the then Quincy Gems, and on a play that I know you probably wish you could have got in the corner against the Gems. But as a coach, being here and watching these guys and trying to influence and teach the next generation of ball players and come in the same way that you did, what does that mean for you?
It's amazing, honestly. Pass along what I've learned from several different people throughout the game, even Coach Dom, and just giving them the next step and guidance for their careers, maybe they can pass it along.
With yesterday, or previous round, Clinton just That was quite a game for the ages for them to show up. Have you ever been in a game where you felt that, or in your career in Clinton, or anything that comes close to that?
Let's see. Yeah, 4th of July, definitely my second year against the Bees. That was a good game. It was like 2-run game, the packed house. But, yeah, that was probably the closest one than that.
Felt like the energy was a little bit amped up, though, for the Northwest Division.
Yeah.
Could you feel it in the dugout and on the third baseline?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I don't think in 2 years I've had, like, the moment of wanting to be in the position on the field, and definitely, what was it, Thursday or Friday, I had that feeling, like I wanted that moment.
Coach put me out in the right.
I had that moment for sure.
I'm sure you can still play right if you wanted to.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, we've asked all the guys so far, if there's anything you could say to Clinton, win or lose tonight, what would that be as we're looking to put this podcast together before we go back home?
Thank you for everything. It's been a blessing this year and years past. It's every year been something special, and you guys bring it for sure.
All right, well, that's Trevor Burkhart, former Lumber King and the assistant coach, third base coach, and just an historian of Clinton athletes. Andrés Tejeda, Chris Mickelson here with JC Dermody and Tyler Welch, pitching in the game of the Northwest Division Championship. JC, you started the game, were basically lights out as a pitcher's duel. Thoughts on how you prepared and just what it was like to pitch in front of a crowd like that in the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, it was a really fun experience to be able to throw in that game, and I just want to go in there and throw strikes and just give my team a chance to win.
Yeah, it was a fun atmosphere. It's been a long time since I've been there as a fan myself. I grew up a fan. I was there in 91 when this thing happened because I'm old. So just, can you talk about what it felt like in the energy in the ballpark?
Oh, yeah, it was a little different than something like college. It just felt like more like a community was around us, and they had our backs, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous up there, but I just kind of used that to just kind of give us a chance to win. So,
Tyler, don't know if you know it or not, but you broke a record for most innings pitched out of relief. You went 3 2/3 and were basically lights out all night until that last couple innings. But what did you do to prepare? Did you know that you were going to be first call on from Jack Dom out of the pen?
Yeah, Coach Dom told me Tuesday. He was like, be ready for Friday. So he wanted to give me an inning and relief on Tuesday. Durham gave us a really good start, 5 innings scoreless, knew we had the lead. So it was just do my job. And I wasn't sure how long I was going to go, but I was just trying to keep the lead, which obviously they took the lead in the 9th. But I knew our hitters would come back and just try to give us the best chance to win.
So when you're in that situation where the bases loaded, there was a point where we're a strike away from clinching it, and you draw that walk, game is tied. How do you move forward? And, talk about the trust you've built with these guys to make sure that you knew that these guys were going to finish it off in the 10th.
Yeah, obviously it was tough because we were 1 out away and 1 strike away. And so I didn't execute. First of all, it's Schulte. I had him 1-2 and I hit him. And then I also had, I forget the 5th batter. I had him 1-2 or 2-2. He drew a walk. And right now you can't really think about it because it's in the past, and you just got to move forward. And Nagel came in and just shut the door for us, and that was huge to get us out of the inning. And then he came through with the runner on second, nobody out, and he got us out of that inning too. So he did a great job.
I think Chris and I are both kind of wondering, after a big win like that, what is the momentum coming here now? We're at Kappaha Field. You're 1 game, 1 win away from hosting a championship. As recording right now, Lafayette is winning 9-0 against Rex Baseball. So there's a possibility that the championship could be hosted in Clinton. What's kind of the feeling going into tonight's game?
I would just say pumped. I remember last year I was on the team and we lost to the Pistol Shrimp in the first round, but it was a close game and we had a chance to win that. But we got through the first game, and it's baseball. Anybody can win, so you just got to take it 1 game at a time, and we'll see from there. I'm confident in the team.
Yeah, coming in the playoffs, we knew we weren't satisfied with just winning round 1. We came to win a championship, and with our team, I think it's very doable, and we're just going to come in here and just do what we can.
Been watching this team all year. It seems like it's a never give up attitude. It's always just, one guy struggles, I got you, we got your back. Is that kind of the feeling you guys have with each other? It's why not us mentality, Is that how it is?
Yeah, absolutely. For being with this group for, not long, just 1 summer, I feel like we're a pretty tight group. We all enjoy our time together, and it's just, like what you said, just picking each other up, and if someone doesn't have it, the next guy's going to pick you up and just go from there.
Yeah, I'd agree with Dermody. I think everybody has the same mentality. Everybody wants to win the championship, and it doesn't matter who the guy is. If you got to come in for someone or if you're starting, everybody has the same mentality and wants to do their job.
Win or lose, obviously we don't know what the outcome of this game will be tonight. Obviously we're hoping for a win, but if you had one thing to say to the fans of Clinton, what would it be?
Just thank you for a great summer. It's been super fun, and hopefully we can keep it going for you guys.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I could feel the energy in the 9th inning on Friday, and I remember July 4th, like, they come out and they support. Like, it's a great time.
And that's Trevor Burkhart, JC Dermody, and Tyler Welch with their thoughts on the game. Obviously, very excited. We talked, I think my favorite part of those interviews was talking with Trevor Burkhart because he was there the last time. He was there as a player in right field where we did host the last time we hosted at Nelson Court Field. And he was part of a very pivotal play that led the Quincy Gems to go to the next round of the playoffs. It was a line drive, fly ball, line drive down the right field line that just stayed fair. And he laid out. And I know he remembers that.
He had
play.
to go for it, though.
Yeah, you have to, and that's a do or die play. And unfortunately, that was the play that ended the LumberKings season here at home in 2023. But now on the coaching end, you know, he said it. He wishes he could get back out there sometimes, and he's amped to be with these guys. But also, I mean, coming from a great program at LSU Shreveport, who by the way, 39-0.
That's insane.
You know, and then your big brother in D1 also wins the national championship. I mean, baseball's big in Louisiana. There's no other way to say it.
What sticks out with me of those three guys talking is how they felt the energy of this ballpark. They felt the moment. Like, it was just, like you said earlier, it's not just another game. And it's not just college guys having, you know, just a random game. This isn't just a random. They knew the history. I feel like that it was instilled in them early on, and they felt it because they're very, you know, this team has always been very friendly with the fans, and our fans are loyal to a fault.
Yes.
So I really appreciate those guys understanding the history and understanding they had a love for the city, and the moment just that they heard it, they could feel it, they could hear it. So I appreciated it.
Yeah. The other thing too with that win is I remember just having a very long post game show. And even after I was done, there were still fans at the ballpark. Like they were ready to party all night long.
Celebration.
And that was so cool. I mean, fans coming up to all of us saying like, they did it. We're going down to Cape. I'm like, you're going all the way down to Missouri. That's a 6.5 hour drive.
Sure did.
I mean, I wish we played somewhere closer, but it is what it is. But
so going back to that rainout.
Yeah, exactly.
Our winning percentage on the year was .631.
I know.
Capes was .632. And that's
0.001%.
That's the reason. And if we would have played Quincy.
Yes.
And
we win that game.
History would have said.
Yes.
We would have beat Quincy. Not saying we guaranteed to beat Quincy, but we had a better shot of winning that instead of a rainout.
Yep.
So that would have put us over the edge, and we would have hosted Cape here, which I feel would have had a significant advantage.
Yes,
against playing on the field turf and their fans, and just that was a long drive.
It was a long drive,
6 hours if you go drive straight through.
Yep. You made stops. You have to.
We had to make stops for
lunch, gas, all that good stuff.
Stretch your legs.
That said, you had quite the caravan.
We had quite the.
Tell us all about your caravan.
It was a blast of a ride. Probably shouldn't tell some of those stories here on the podcast. Myself, General Manager Nate Vanderbleek, Brad Seward, our PA announcer for the past 30 years, and Olivia, our photographer extraordinaire, made the trek down. And it was incredible.
What's up, LumberKings fans? Andrés Tejeda here with you. We are going to have to, unfortunately, cut this episode a little short. Nothing to worry about, but our episode is just so long. Chris Mickelson and I had nearly maybe an hour and a half, 2 hour long conversation for this episode. So now that I'm editing it down, it's so long. So the next episode is going to be around an hour long. But we wanted to give you this first part of our conversation just to kind of hold you over. So we have more content coming your way. Part 2 will be coming out later this week. It's already done. It's already edited. But we wanted to at least make sure that episode 1 came out so that everyone could digest it. Everyone could tune in and listen before having to force you to sit down and listen to nearly an hour and a half, 2 hours of just us talking LumberKings baseball. Some of y'all might like that, but just for our viewers' sake and for digestion's sake, we're going to cut it down a little lower than our second part. Episode 9.2 will be coming out sometime later this week. So we will see you there for the final part of our last episode of Around the Lumberyard in Season 1. We'll see you at episode 9.2.